Holy cow, folks, is this Mossy Roots Farm or is this Mars? I am up to my waist in weeds. You're sitting at my waistline right now. Holy cow. So follow the path that the cows have trampled down, and then here's another section, which I'm actually coming here to see if this tree is touching my fence. And it most definitely is, so I have to do something about that. Been having a lot of fence shorten issues, and well, when you have a tree down, that would do it. So, but anyhow, back to why I'm making this video. Are weeds good? Now, you might look at this nasty monstrosity and go, what the heck? However, look at what I see. You guys see that? That is a piece of grass. Now, that I'm gonna guess is Fesculoleum. It's a type of a hybrid between fescue and something else. This was a whole test section. So this is where I fed round bales all winter. I was not on it at all this spring. I was going to come to it this summer because, well, at least the cows need to be in here stomping this down if they don't eat any of it. However, I can kind of see a patch. I don't know if you guys can see it there in the middle that doesn't look too terrible. But this is exactly why I say weeds are your best friend. Now, I know a lot of you regenerative grazers and farmers out there are probably having a heart attack when you see, well, I probably have 2 or 3 acres of this stuff. Not right here, but total. But here's why this is important. Look at all this shade. Look at this right here. Look at this ground right here that was grazed, oh, what? At least 2 weeks, probably 3-4 weeks ago. This stuff looks like crap. I might have to skip this section because it looks so terrible. Because it was eaten down to the dirt. We didn't get rain for a long time, and then it never truly recovered. However, this over here, I don't see a single patch of soil except for up there where the fire pit used to be, which needs cleaned up. I don't see a single patch of bare dirt, single patch of soil. So this dirt underneath all these weeds has moisture galore. This dirt underneath of all these weeds is allowing shade and moisture for grasses to grow. And you can see in there that there's grasses growing by seed heads. This is allowing the soil to be repaired. All of these plants are putting roots into the soil that are breaking up the compaction because we had an extremely wet spring, so it was a mud fest, so I know it's heavily compacted. And this is the best thing that I have seen this year. Now, yeah, some of you might say, oh, well, you had a lot of really nice clover and fescue and bluegrass or whatever else out there. Yeah, well, those are what's supposed to be there. This is what I want to be here because this is protecting, this is creating soil armor. It's protecting the soil. There's no runoff because all these weeds are in here protecting it. There's a lot of moisture in there, so whatever underneath of it wants to grow can grow, and I'll still turn the cows loose in this. You know, it might not be the most nutritious thing in the world, but if I get them in here for one solid day, they will stomp a bunch of this stuff out. They will find all the nice pieces of grass in there, and they will eat them, just like this piece right here. Well, okay, that's stemmy, but you know, stuff like that. Ouch. They are going to go crazy in this. And this is why I did this. Now, when I planted this with the grass seeds, I only planted part of it in so that I could see how it would grow. And it did grow better on the parts that I planted. I know, ironic, right? However, now that I see this, I don't know that it was even worth it to plant it because, well, okay, yeah, your grass seed is now going to be better established and it'll have a quicker turnaround. But look at all this. I know I planted the stuff in here in these bare spots and I can see where that stuff is in there. But even right here where I know I planted right here as well, this looks like weeds. But I just wanted to give you guys a little video, show you guys how weeds are actually very beneficial and how I'm not going to just cut this down with a mower. I know a lot of folks would be like, you got to brush hog that down or you're going to ruin it. Well, look, I don't see those weeds right here, and this was poorly grazed. I will 100% admit that. But all these weeds are right here at this fence line. So how are these weeds going to encroach? How are these weeds going to destroy my whole farm? You know, and if we come down here, follow the cow path. If we come back down here, this is behind my barn. This is my, like, quote, sacrifice paddock. This is where I want this stuff to be, because you see this dirt cow trail. All of this is going to have erosion and runoff if I don't put something here to protect it. You know, that's why I want all of this stuff. If you see here, I do have some good, decent grasses, you know, directly behind my barn where the cows had access to all winter. And of course, we have the best grass right here, but that's because the spring's right here. And it sometimes will leak and all kinds of nonsense. Get some of this algae stuff out of here. All right, there we go. So yeah, that's why I love weeds. All of this stuff looks halfway decent. If I was to, so I look at this stuff differently because this is a sacrifice paddock. I would wait, if I was going to graze this, I would try and wait longer to keep the cows out of it more, to allow it to grow better. Oh look, baby weeds. However, because this is a sacrifice paddock, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to let them in here. I'm going to let them mow this down and then move to other areas like the one that I showed you guys in the other video there, or in the one we talked about up there, you know. Here's the other section back here, and I don't know how much rest it's had, but it usually does better because there's halfway decent shade trees back in there. So, but anyhow, folks, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you on the next